Just shot a guy. He just shot a guy. You probably seen no ambulance out here. Just my brother.
Rescue will not come if you guys are all out here being hostile. You can step back. Guys, back on the sidewalk. Back on the sidewalk. Back to the sidewalk, please. Thank you.
That's crazy. That's crazy. No police, no ambulance shit. They done shot the man. Ain't no ambulance came. Y'all, he talking about he can't call MS to everybody get out the road. They done shot the man in the house. Yeah.
They knew what they was doing when they came.
Y'all see them all, but it ain't friendly no more, man. It's safe no more for nothing. If you don't click up yourself, y'all ain't safe. Ain't nobody protecting nobody's self, man. You gotta click up your own. That's why we gotta mount up, man. Look at this. That's why there ain't no protection out here, man. They shot that man in his own house. Talking about he a threat in his house. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. The ambulance ain't even here yet. The ambulance just starting to come. It been 30 minutes. I done walked to the store when I heard it and walked to the store and back. They never here.
Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. All praises due to the Most High. Jeremiah 9:21-22 says, "For death is coming to our windows and is entered into our places, to cut off the children from without and the young men from the streets. Speak thus, said the Lord, even the carcasses of men shall fall as dung upon the open field, and as the handful after the harvestman, none shall gather them." And that is what I think about when I see that situation right there that happened in Broward County, Florida. That is just after the police shot a young man in his own house. And 30 minutes later, ambulances, medical attention. Nobody has come to retrieve him or offer medical aid. Now I'm going to show you a news video which actually depicts the actual scene when it happened. But as I mentioned before about the shooting in Aliquippa last week, it is almost like a military occupation of Black neighborhoods. You see those police standing out there with guns drawn, telling them medical attention is not going to come if you're still being out here being hostile. How can you not be hostile when you are seeing people being killed in your neighborhood? When people are being slaughtered without cause around you? How can you not be hostile? Now, this happened, if I'm not mistaken, on the same day that the shooting happened in Aliquippa a couple of days ago. And this is actually the 9th shooting in South Florida within the last couple of months of citizens by police. And so this is an epidemic. And how could you expect people to live under these conditions and not be hostile towards police? And I pointed this out in the last video that there are not a lot of black men running around shooting police. Most of these videos that I've done where police get shot, there are white men doing the shooting. But I think that they are immediately disregarding that fact and using those shootings as a premise, as a prerequisite to come into black communities, shoot first, ask question later. Now I'm going to show you this video about the incident. They're going to give you some intricate details about how and why this situation took place. And this video is in fair use for literary and commentary purposes only. Just watch.
A family torn. The latest police shooting under investigation by the Florida Department of Law Enforcement unfolded near Fort Lauderdale late Sunday.
The Broward Sheriff's Office revealing this afternoon that the man killed pulled the trigger first, prompting a deputy to fire. NBC6's Marissa Bagg is live at BSO headquarters with the latest on what happened. Marissa?
Yeah, Jackie and Jawan, that piece of information given to us just this afternoon from BSO, them saying that the man who was killed here fired his weapon first. Of course, his family, the man's family, crying foul, saying no, that this should have been handled in a completely different way.
He was just such an inspiration. Such a happy man. So full of life. It's such a tragic thing. They killed him.
This woman is talking about her husband, 37-year-old Edward Jarrell Dollison.
He was the best father. He had 9 beautiful children. He loves each and every one of them.
We've blurred video showing him walking out of a home Sunday evening holding a gun to his head. His family says he has mental illness and was using drugs at the time of the shooting.
But he's hallucinating. He's thinking people are going to kill him. He's been up for days.
Broward Sheriff's deputies say when Dollison walked back inside of the house and out of view from this angle, he fired one shot, prompting a deputy to return fire.
It wasn't even a kill, it was an overkill. They need another tactic for people with mental illness. Mental health is real.
This police shooting is at least the 9th in South Florida since July. 5 of them in Broward County, 4 others in Miami-Dade. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement is tasked with investigating each one to determine if it is justified. The deputy who shot and killed Dollison is currently on paid administrative assignment, pending further investigation. Now, BSO says after the shooting, they found 2 other guns in the home, and they say one of them had a scratched off serial number. Now, I did just get off the phone with a former police detective who investigated police shootings for years, talked to him about the frequency with which we're seeing police shootings in recent months, get his take on what's happening ahead at 6 o'clock. We are live here outside of BSO headquarters. Marissa Bagg, NBC6.
And so there you hear the police narrative that that young man fired a shot at them first. But if you watch that deputy, that race soldier, that murderer, that assassin, he's going in there with the express intent to kill. He's all military geared up. He's walking in with, malicious intent. And then, of course, after the killing, they said that they found 2 more guns in there with the serial number scratched off. What does that have to do? That is a further attempt to criminalize this young man. Now, the family admitted that he has mental health issues, and also he was under the influence. He had been up for days, so therefore he was not in his right state of mind. And because he had a gun pointed to his head, as they say, that means he was not a threat to anyone but himself. So how are you going to help somebody by killing them if they are trying to harm themselves? That is, you're supposed to talk that person down off of the ledge, not come with guns ablazing, right? And so that happened within a matter of minutes. But just let me show you this other article, which came up yesterday. And this standoff happened yesterday. And this is in Brookline, New Hampshire. You see this? Brookline standoff ends after shelter-in-place advisory issued. They closed down highways. It began at 7:30 a.m. and it lasted for 10 hours. But this is in Brookline, New Hampshire. New Hampshire is 85% white and only 1% black in there. So this shows that they can handle these situations in another manner. Now watch this one. This is another one. This article, man fired at officers while holding woman hostage at Chandler Hotel. Fired at officers. And yet he lived to be sentenced. And we'll get to that story later. But the reason I share those stories is those are white people who have encounters with police. This man actually shot at police officers and he was taken alive. This man had a gun to his head, and according to family and other witnesses say he didn't fire at officers. So why do you see, once again, the question, white officers killing black people almost on a daily basis now, but you never see black officers killing white people whom they encounter? Why is that? And the answer is evident, because when black people kill white people on the job, when black police officers kill white people, they go to jail, they get fired, they lose their job. But as you heard, when white officers kill black children, black men, black women, black babies, they get paid vacation. They get administrative leave with pay. That means they get they get a reward. They don't have to come to work any longer for a while to get therapy. And so this reminds me of, once again, the violence that is continuously being heaped on police. There is no way that you can continuously, kill people without retribution, without that same violence returning upon your head. So this happened in Broward County. Rest in peace to the young brother. Apparently he had 9 kids. He was a father. He had some issues, but this is definitely military style occupation. If you watch that Facebook Live, we are witnessing the militarization of police, and it has been that way for a while. And so, what is the answer? What is the answer? Y'all tell me the answer in the comments, because, I know some answers, but, I don't want to lead anybody astray. So I would love to hear your thoughts about the answer to this police state-sanctioned violence amongst black people. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this video in the comments. Y'all see the number 919-587-7782. And if you do want to help this channel continue to grow, if you do like this content, please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything, but what it does is help me get these videos out into the internet space more frequently and with more regularity. But thank y'all for watching, liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting as well. And as always, peace and blessings. The scripture says all things that are hidden shall be revealed, and those things done in secret shall be exposed on the mountaintop.
Let's go, Rich. Let's go. You watching Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. Give you the truth before fake news throw mud in it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune in to Telehouse Publishing. Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. The propaganda grammar, don't believe none of it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune in to Telehouse Publishing. Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. Give you the truth before fake news throw mud in it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune in to Telehouse Publishing.
Negroes have listened to the trickery and the lies and the false promises of the white man now for too long.